Getting Burnley into the Europa League was a fantastic way to end last season. I felt as though I had a great individual season. I was capped for England twice. I was probably the best player in the Burnley team throughout the entire season, to be honest. But, the team was more important for me. Individual, yes, individual awards, individual honours, individual achievements, always nice. Went out to an 80 rated playmaker, which is great. But my main focus was trying to do something special with the Burnley team and to get them into 5th place, to guarantee them Europa League football next season was a really, really solid achievement for me, which I was really pleased with. As you can see, we officially end last season at the start of today's episode. You see the stats of the players there, the final league table, and also that Diego Costa won Player of the Year. We did meet all of our objectives as well. All 4 objectives we were set at the start of the season by Sean Dyche. We matched them all, which is fantastic. We were bang on the money with a pass completion rate with 75%. So coming into the new season, the first thing I decided to do was take a look at these sponsorships because we haven't been looking at them for a while, mainly because our late season form was so incredible with Burnley. I didn't want to break it up, to be honest. As you can see, here are the sponsorships right now. I've updated them for you. Penalty, of course, we've already gone through penalty. Warrior as well, the boots, Mizuno, even not Warrior. Mizuno, the boots we're wearing right now. I've taken Warrior and Lotto out of the poll because we don't need them anymore because we've already gone past them. As you can see, with Umbro and Puma, we've actually hit both of these sponsorships. We hit them in the late season of last season, so we can now start wearing Umbro and Puma boots. We're going to start off with Umbro, and then we'll move on to Puma during the season. So we've hit both of those. Adidas, we're still a few objectives away. Minimum of 60 games, 20 plus assists, and a minimum value of £15 million still need to be achieved. Also Under Armour as well, still quite a few away from them. Minimum of 80 games, 30 plus assists, 20 plus goals, minimum value of £20 million, minimum 10 international appearances, 2 plus career trophies, and playing the European competition. And as for Nike, we're still yet to hit any of those right now. So obviously it's going to be a long time before we can start wearing some Nike boots. But there's a look at these sponsorships, and as you can see, this is what the Pro currently looks like right now. I have put on some Umbro boots for my player because, quite frankly, I thought, why don't we just go from Umbro to Puma and just keep on going on along like that? Because otherwise we'll miss out on Umbro, go straight to Puma, and we won't be wearing any Umbro boots at all in the series. So I've given myself some Umbro boots. Didn't really know what ones to select, to be honest, but I kind of like the ones right at the top. These ones are right here, these sort of blue camo boots. These look kind of nice, so I put these on for my player, and that's what he's going to be wearing for at least the first few in-game weeks. But as you can see, we do start a new season here with Burnley. What we were going to do, I wasn't really sure, because last season, in the last episode, I threw out to you guys in the comments and said, what would you guys like me to do next season in regards to where you want me to play? Where do you want me to stay? Do you want me to stay here at Burnley, or do you want me to go and play somewhere else? I threw it out to you guys in the comments, and I got quite a mixed response. Quite a lot of you did say stay at Burnley, stay at Turf Moor, try and help the club. As you can see, the qualifying Europa League is going to be against FC Zurich. But quite a few of you also said it would be better to go somewhere else because Burnley, can Burnley get themselves into the Champions League? Potentially, but, the season we had last year, the only reason we were able to finish in 5th place is because our late season form was just incredible. We didn't lose a game since the Chelsea game back in March. And to be honest, maybe that was going to be a one-season wonder. I read a lot of comments saying it's probably better to go somewhere else, try and better your own personal career. And even though I do try and focus on the team a lot more, it seemed as though quite a few of you did think it would be better for me to go somewhere else, try and play for another team, and basically just give yourself the best chance of playing in the Champions League in season 2, and also just developing better, playing with better players, giving yourself better chance of getting called up to the first team, and just so on and so forth, really. So I handed in a couple of transfer requests. The first one was turned down, but Sean Dyche did in the end, after a couple of days, grant my second transfer request and let me leave the club. So Sean Dyche did say it was okay for me to go, which is fair enough because, I feel like we've already done what we can do here with Burnley. I'm not sure whether we can get them into the Champions League or anything, because last season, I'm not going to say it was a fluke or anything, but it would be hard to match that season after season after season and continuously getting better when I'm only controlling my player. But these were the offers I got. I got one from Manchester City, and of course to do this I just kept on saving and reloading the game. The first offer I got there was from Manchester City. The second one came in was from Spurs, and the other two you'll see as well are from Liverpool and Manchester United. So I had 4 English clubs coming in for me. I did tweet about it, and you'll see the tweet in just a moment's time. I did say I was kind of frustrated because I couldn't get any foreign clubs interested, which is really annoying because I'm fine staying in England. I'm fine staying in the Premier League, regardless of what happens, whether we stay or leave. But I would have liked to have had a foreign club come in for me. But after playing the game for like an hour, just constantly saving and reloading, these are the only 4 clubs that would offer me bids. I kept on playing for this entire summer transfer window. These are the only 4 clubs that were coming for bids. So Manchester Manchester United, Liverpool, Spurs and Manchester City, those were the 4 clubs that were interested in signing me and taking me to a new club. And I didn't really know who to choose, so what I decided to do was throw it out to you guys on Twitter. And I said to you guys right here, I put out a couple of tweets. I said I've been reloading the save, couldn't get any more offers other than these 4 clubs. And basically, I put a straw poll up. I left it up for just over 24 hours. And as you can see, you guys did decide it's best to leave the club and go to Manchester United. 1,355 of you voted in the poll. So thank you very much to all of those votes. Really, really appreciate your votes. And as you can see, it was actually quite close as well. There was only a 5% gap between Manchester United and Burnley. So I was totally fine staying at Burnley if it was going to come to that. I didn't mind at all. But it seems as though the majority of you did want me to go to Manchester United. So United is the team we've chosen. And we are going to be leaving clubs in Season 2 of My Player and going to Old Trafford. And to be honest with you, as you can see me come into the Manchester United team right here, I get my season objectives from Louis van Gaal. I wasn't really sure whether this would be a good choice or not, because I was wondering whether the manager would have me down as a first team player or not, because of the great players Manchester United have. And of course, when you think about the attacking midfield position, as you can see here, my rivals, look at how many great players I'm going to be competing with. It will be difficult for me to stay in the first 11, but the season objectives I got from Louis van Gaal were, basically what would be assigned to a first team squad player. So I would imagine, despite the fact that there are players that are better than me in a similar position, I will still be a first 11 player here at Manchester United. If I'm not, I'll probably have to request a loan and go out somewhere else. But I would imagine even in this Manchester United squad with a lot of great talent, I'll still be in the first 11. So yeah, very grateful to everyone that voted in the poll. Really do appreciate it. Of course, if you didn't want me to go to Manchester United, I do apologise, I guess, but I wanted to give you guys I just wanted to throw it out to you guys. I didn't want to make a decision and loads of people complain that I made the wrong call. So I thought if I let you guys choose and go with the majority, that's fair. I mean, you can't really say fairer than that, to be honest. But yeah, so we're going to Manchester United, and Burnley, we did really well in the first season. They gave us a chance to come in and play in the first team right from the off, and I feel as though we did do them a really good service to help get them into 5th place. It wasn't a single-handedly one-man army type of thing. It wasn't a one-man team effort from the season. As you can see, I did go for £8.5 million. That's a really cheap fee, isn't it, for a youngster coming through? But even so, I feel as though we did enough to show the Burnley fans that we've done them a really good service. We've done them a really good service there. And I don't know where they'll be finishing up this season, but to be honest, I'm just glad that we have moved. We've gone into the Champions League right now. Manchester United did finish in 3rd place last season, which does guarantee Champions League group stage football right from the off. And, we're just bettering ourselves. As much as I care about the teams I play with, you've got to remember, this is my player. This is an individual series, so we need to, we need to make the best calls for myself, individually. And I think going to a better club like Manchester United was the right call. So we've joined Old Trafford. We've come to Manchester United. And as you can see, we would have one pre-season friendly as well against Inter Milan. Due to the fact we left Burnley in early August, we wouldn't play the first pre-season friendly. We'd only get to play one. As you can see, though, this is the team that Louis van Gaal picked. Probably going to be a starting 11 for the entire season, to be honest, if that first 11 for this game is anything to go by. It's got a lot of good players in there. And of course, I probably will still be a first team player regardless. But coming into our only pre-season friendly here, I need to make sure I did something. With Di Maria and Mata both on the bench, those are fantastic attacking midfielders. I wanted to make sure I could put in a really good shift here against Inter Milan and show Louis van Gaal that I should be the first choice attacking midfielder for the entire season. And the first chances would fall to us here. Hernandez goes very close. His header goes just over the bar and behind for a goal kick. But to be honest, I wasn't really feeling involved in this game at all. I kept getting the ball at my feet, but not in the right areas. So I decided to start playing a little bit further afield. I played a great ball into Di Maria here off the bench, who should have made it 1-0 5 minutes after the restart, with the Argentine shot in wide the post and behind for a goal kick. But I did come more alive in the second half. In the first half, I was a little bit too scared to call for the ball and do anything too significant. In the second half, though, I was demanding the ball on a regular basis, kept on creating chances, and all of the opportunities we did have were pretty much coming single-handedly through balls I'd be playing into the box. Another good chance here is Hernandez's shot goes just wide the post and behind for a goal kick, but it was still goalless here at Old Trafford. We couldn't seem to find a breakthrough against the Italians, who seemed set to play for a 0-0 draw. In the 90th minute, I played a brilliant ball to Wayne Rooney. How about this? I was showing Louis van Gaal in this game, if nothing else, you've got to put me in the team for those sort of balls. That was fantastic towards Rooney, but Rooney ends up hitting the woodwork, and Inter Milan cleared the ball away. So still goalless in this game. Looked destined to finish as a 0-0 draw, but the final chance would fall here as I get on the ball, play it out wide towards Di Maria. Di Maria keeps holding the ball and plays it out wide towards Raphael. United just regaining possession here. Eventually it gets played through the middle towards myself after I call for the ball. I play it inside, and Luke Shaw, the left back, pops up in the area out of nowhere and makes it United 1, Inter Milan 0. So pre-season friendlies, not always too fussed about the results. It's more about what I can do as an individual 1-0, and in this game I felt as though I had a really good game. You know, Rooney and Di Maria both messed up really great through balls by myself inside the area, but Luke Shaw in the 90th minute didn't mess up this ball inside, and I do get myself a debut, well, non-competitive debut assist there as Luke Shaw makes it 1-0, and it was how the game would finish as well. So pleased to win the pre-season friendly, but again, it's more about the individual performance, and I thought as though I played really well. I didn't win man of the match, I went to Fellaini, but I felt as though I was probably one of the best players on the pitch, to be honest, and you know, probably could have won man of the match myself had the rating system been a bit fairer to me. But a 7.1 rating, I got the only assist for the goal, and there you go. So as you can see by the stats, it was dominated by Manchester United. Inter Milan barely turned up, to be honest, and we did get the win. So very pleased about that. And of course, I'm still not sure whether Louis van Gaal will have me as a first choice attacking midfielder in his squad at Manchester United, but I'd like to think that on the basis of that pre-season friendly, I've definitely given him something to think about at least as we do arrive here at Old Trafford. And you know, I'm really hopeful for this season. I'll say that I'm really hopeful we could do something big. Last year, no trophies, but I'm hopeful this year it's going to change and we could do something pretty spectacular with this Manchester United side. We'll have to wait and see though. Hopefully I'll make a competitive debut in the next episode. That'll be coming out very soon, where we'll start the new season competitively with our new team Manchester United against Everton and then Chelsea.